Hello my lovely people and happy new year. Can you believe it's February and I'm only just doing a video? So I'll explain why I'm only just doing a video now. It's because over Christmas we all got COVID and I was very poorly for a couple of weeks. The poorest I've been in about 20 years. It was ridiculous, but I was going to say I loved it. I didn't love being ill, that was rubbish. But I loved the cleansing that it gave me. It felt like it was shifting something, and I just took loads of echinacea and honey and lemon, and I had loads of baths with Olbas oil in, and it was fine. It was all fine. I did all my affirmations of how my body's a miracle and how I'm going to be fine, and it was. And afterwards I thought, this is brilliant, because it did feel like that it was a total cleansing and a transformation of everything. So I chopped my hair. You can see it's much shorter than it was. It was right down to my back. I've started painting again, and it just feels like, it just really brilliant. I know that's really odd, but it was really brilliant. So, and also my little dog, he was very poorly with his back again, so it was just not a good time. Over Christmas was not a good time. It was nice that we spent it with the boys, but still it wasn't great for the rest of it. And then January, I felt like I needed to lay the foundations and plan everything. So I've done a whole year of planning, and what I'm finding is that even though I've done this whole year of planning, I'm actually quite resistant to sticking to it. I kind of just want to go off and do my own thing, which is ridiculous. So I've done loads of things. So in December I launched my planner. I hit myself in the face with it then. I launched my planner and this sold out within 24 hours. So then I ordered another batch and they sold out within 24 hours, and I've loved it. It's been brilliant. So I've been using this, and I've not got any more, but I will be launching another one for next year. So I've done those, and I've also made some more new affirmation cards. Let me get them and show you my affirmation cards. So I don't know if you can hear me over here, but there they are. Yeah, so I've made these new affirmation cards and they're really nice, and they've all got different affirmations on. So they've got an affirmation here, and they've also got a little note from the universe there, and they've all got a crystal on as well. So they're all different ones, and these are available on my Etsy shop. So yeah, they're all different. I can't remember, I think there's 24 in a set. So I've launched them as well, and I am currently sending to the printers a gratitude journal, and it'll just be like this one, but it's all gratitude. So it's 200 pages of gratitude prompts and beautiful created pages for you to write things that you're grateful for on. I filled my gratitude book. I'm not actually sure where it is. I filled it earlier, so I've done like a whole year of gratitude, and honestly, gratitude changes your life so much. So it's been brilliant. And also I've been doing a still life, I couldn't think of the word then, still life challenge over in my creative circle on Facebook. So I should have got all these before I started out, shouldn't I? I will get my still life to show you. So it was on the wall. So this is a still life that I've painted. You can see, and it's really, move it closer so you can see it's got all different things on it, and it's the first painting that I have done this year, and it's the first painting I've done since I moved to this house after do you remember, I don't know if I showed you the mountain painting that I did, and it was just to get me back into it, but this is the first painting I've done in the house. I had this proper block about painting and making a mess. So you can see I've set up my easel. This is the living room that we're in. I've set up my easel over here, and I've got like a bit of a backdrop which is just a sheet, and I sit over there and paint, and I'm really loving it, and I just leave it set up now. There was this block in my head that I couldn't have it all set up in the living room because it's our living room, but I work in our living room anyway, so it makes no difference. So I'm back. Ta-da! People have been like messaging me and saying, when are you going to do another YouTube video? And I promise I keep planning to do them more regularly, but unless you make YouTube videos yourself, you won't know this, they actually take quite a lot of time. It's not just the videoing bit, it's all the editing bit and the uploading and everything. So as much as I really want to do more of them, I just think, oh, I've got to fit that in. But I have been uploading nearly every day on TikTok, so you can find me on TikTok as Dotty Delightful. And they're just tiny little snippets, really, of my day and things that pop up into my head. But this video for YouTube that I'm making, which you will be watching now, is all little snippets of things that we've been up to over the time since I did my last video. So lots of adventures, lots of walking in the car, lots of going out in the car, and going to the beach, walking on the beach I was going to say, and collecting beautiful sea glass and bits of pottery and all sorts of things. So it's just what I've been up to. So it's like a menagerie of things, and I will try my best to do more videos for YouTube. So I've missed you all so much. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon. Hello my lovely YouTube friends. So it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? It's been a long time. The last time I released a video was in December, I think, or maybe the beginning of the year. Anyway, we're in May now and it has been a while. So please forgive me if you've been waiting patiently for a new video. Do you know what? I'm just going to be honest. I've totally got in my head about it. And the longer it's gone on, the more I've thought, I can't do a video now. It's been too long. People will be like, what's she doing? And then I realised people won't even care. They're too busy thinking of their own stuff. So I've been up to all sorts of things, like loads of things. I launched a gratitude journal, which is absolutely beautiful. It's really lovely inside, and it's got all different pages and layouts for you to fill in, and the front of it tells you all about gratitude and how it's changed my life. So I've launched a gratitude journal. I also launched a set of oracle cards. They come with a book describing them all, and they come wrapped in beautiful hand painted fabric. I'm just making these at the moment. They have the sewn, so I sew on ribbon and then they wrap around the oracle cards, which is really lovely. So you can see I'm working on them at the minute. What else have I launched? Oh, I've launched some new affirmation cards. So some lovely affirmation card sets. And I upgraded my stationery. So I've now got new stationery as well. I don't know if you remember what it was like. I don't know where my other one is. But anyway, I've got new stationery, which is really lovely. And I've got stickers, butterfly stickers that match. You can see, so everything matches, so I feel like it's all proper. And I shall show you my oracle cards because I've got an open set here. So it's all about energy, it's all about your higher energy, and I've designed all these myself on Procreate. They're really lovely if you see them. Oops, oh, dropping that one. That's the one that we obviously need. Desire. And then in the book it tells you all about the cards. So let's see what desire is, because that one fell out. So here we go, desire. So it says, what do you long for? Deep in your heart you know what you desire. Do you dare to dream and go for your desires? Know that you are allowed to desire more and that you are deserving of all you fully desire. What more steps can you put in place now to reach your desires? So if you desire to open a flower shop, could you start small and offer to create flowers for friends' events, or reach out to a flower shop for work experience? Don't allow your current circumstances to stop your desires. Great things take time. You are desirable when you are fully you. Don't be afraid to shine. And then on the other page it tells you about oils, plants, crystals, the colour of desire, and then it's got like a little thing. So this one is about creating a bath with different oils and rose petals and stuff, but each one's different. There might be a little meditation, all sorts of stuff. So that's my oracle set. Ta-da, ta-da. Soul oracle, soul energy oracle. If you can hear a noise, it's not a pig. I have not got a pig. I've got a little dog who sounds like a pig when he's snuffling. And also, to go with the soul energy oracle, I have been painting beautiful soul energy oracle paintings for people. I don't think I've got one available. I don't know if you can. This is my one up there. I shall pan around in a minute and show you. But yeah, they're so beautiful. I just tap into people's energy. All I need is the name, and I pull cards for them, and then I paint whatever comes through the ether, into my brain and out of my fingers. And then afterwards I do a reading. So I do a complete reading of what comes out, and I never know what's coming out. That is the magic. I just don't ever know what's coming out. So I will move my camera so I'm not on a tripod, so excuse it being wobbly. And I will take it. Let me see. So that is my one, and it's beautiful. You can't really see, can you? There's too many leaves. Yeah, I use gold paint and all sorts of things. I painted a mural on the wall in my house, and the landlord came and I totally forgot that I'd done it, and he said that he loved it and that I should do the whole wall. How amazing is that? And then these are some funny little things that my friend got me for my birthday. You put them on your fingers, the little feet and little hands, and they just make me laugh because I'm silly. And then I got this dolly as well for my birthday, and I made her these clothes. And what else have I been doing? Let's put you back on the cupboard. Excuse my hands. This isn't very professional, is it? With no tripod and big giant hands in the screen. And now my chair's stuck. Never mind, there we go. But it was more about getting it out, just doing a video and getting it out. So I've been totally inspired by my friend Cooler at Handmade Dorset. She's got a YouTube too, you can go and check her out. And we chat every day. We've just become real good business buddies. We met on TikTok, and it's just been lovely. So every day we get to chat. We just talk about all sorts of things. And we was on about YouTube, and she said, do you know what, I'm just going to film one. I'm just going to do it. And she did it. And it really inspired me. So that's why I'm here now. What else have I been up to? So, I know what else I've been up to. Full moon spells. Love spells, anyone? I've been totally tapping into my Hearth Witch and making spells and potions and everything. And I've also released a Circle of Witches Spring. Now I'm thinking everything's backwards. I don't know if when I actually upload it to YouTube all the writing will be backwards because I'm using the front facing camera. Maybe it's that. Anyway, it's not backwards in real life, believe me. So we've got Circle of Witches ones, and we've also got spring ones. And you know my normal zines, these ones, and they're like papery and we print them at home. Well, these have been printed at the printers. So they are a lot more pages, they're a lot thicker. They're in these plasticky things because I did a fair. And I didn't want them to all get wet if it rained. But that's why they're in the plasticky things. They don't come in the plasticky things. I'm just moving my basket, and then I can just reaching above you to show you my other ones. So I did one for the beginning of February, and I've also, excuse my armpit, what is that on my arm? Oh, just a bit of a twig. Obviously I'd have a twig stuck to me, wouldn't I? Bear with me. And I've made a spring one too, and that's a lot thicker, and this is printed at the printers as well. And if I'd have been organised, I'd have taken these out of the packets to show you. Obviously I'm not organised. Well, I'm a bit organised, but not for a video. So it's all good. I've just been doing loads of things. I've mainly been doing client work, which has been incredible. I've been designing websites and making logos and branding. And if you want to check it out, you can look on my website, www.dottydelightful.com/magical offerings. And you'll be able to see all the different things that I've been making. And I just love it, and I work with women, and they are either creative or spiritual, and I listen to them. We have a lovely little Zoom call, and I ask them some questions, and their businesses are wonderful and what they're doing in the world's wonderful, but sometimes their branding and websites don't reflect that. They just don't reflect how flipping amazing they are. So it's my job to create beautiful graphics and things for these women, and it's been amazing, and I love it. So if you've got anything that you'd like me to design for you, just pop me a message, because I just love it. I feel like this year I've really come into my own with my style and my designing, and you know, I mean, I've been self-employed for 18 years, so it's only taken a while, hasn't it? But yeah, I feel like I've really come into my own. And the lovely thing is, because I had the craft fair to do, I've not done a craft fair for years, and we went to this place, it's called Glasson Dock, and it's really lovely, and it's where all the boats are. And we went to the cafe there, and I got chatting to the lady because we had a nice vegan breakfast, and she messaged me because I tagged them on Instagram. She messaged me and said that they was having this fair, and would I like to go and have a pitch? And I thought, yeah, let's go and do it. I've never done one over here. So I got baskets, and I put all my things in baskets, and I put them all in order, can you see? So it's been really good because now they're all on my shelves, and it feels like it's all organised, which is really good and helpful for when you're packing and doing orders. At the minute I'm working on, I think it's behind me, I'm working on well, I say at the minute, not right now, because today I'm doing these Oracle wraps, but next week probably now, I'm working on a zine all about mushrooms. So I'm really excited. These are the backboards that I've done, and I'm going to be adding to them. So I've got all my stuff printed off for my mushrooms, and I'm designing on Procreate some mushroom things. So I'm going to be doing a mushroom zine soon. And oh, here's my old card. Look, do you remember what I was saying? So I got out my drawer. So that was my old card, and this is my new card. So it's very much more like me now, which is brilliant. I knew I'd seen one somewhere. I did a women's circle last night. I held a women's circle, and that's why it's out, because it fell out of one of my books. I've been saying a lot on this video, and I'm sorry for that. And it's only a short video. I have been videoing outside and what I've been doing and all the adventures we've been having, because I can't remember if Tom had already passed his driving test on my last video. And I don't know if I'd mentioned that. Well, anyway, he has passed his driving test, and we've got a green car, and we've called it Aurora. We got it gifted off a beautiful couple, Jackie and Joe. And oh, honestly, every day, every time we get in the car, both of us give her a little rub on the dashboard. We're so grateful, so flipping grateful. Like, never had a car in all the time we've been together. 16 years it'll be this year. You know, and just to have a car is like, it's just massive, because I've always been on the bus and I've always been on the train or walked everywhere, and that's fine, you know, that's totally fine. But to have a car, it means we can go to all the places that you can't get to on public transport. And it's just been brilliant. We've been to the woods, we've been to the beach. In fact, when Tom finishes work tonight, we're going to the beach because it's a beautiful sunny day. And it's just freedom. Having a car, it really is just freedom to be able to go, let's just go somewhere. Because like tonight, after he finishes work, if he was going to get the bus to the beach, the bus takes about an hour to get to the beach. And in the car, it's about 20 minutes. And obviously then you've got to walk and find the bus and, you know, wait for it and all that kind of stuff. And in the car you can just get in it and just go. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Like, I'm so excited that we've got a car. I'm just so grateful. What a gift. What a tremendous gift. So it's brilliant. So we've been out in the car a lot, and just enjoying being alive. It's so nice, isn't it? It's so nice to be alive. I finally feel, I don't feel completely settled yet in this house, because we got the new house. If you remember, we had to move out the other one because he sold it. I don't feel fully in it yet, but as you can see, it looks really nice. It's like I've made it really nice and stuff, as I do wherever I go. and the garden's coming on. I've been doing stuff in the garden. I'll give you a little garden tour one day, but I still don't feel fully in it yet. I mean, after the landlord said that he loved my mural on the wall, that made me so happy, because that makes me think actually we can stay here as long as we need to, you know. So that's been really good. Just looking at my little dog, he's in the sun patch. See if we can see him. Look at him. Anywhere there's a sun patch, anywhere at all, he loves it. And the other dog's over there on the couch. Oops, sorry for my hand again. So yeah, we've just been enjoying life, having a nice time, and just getting on with things really. So that's my quick catch up. I've been learning Procreate on the iPad. Tom got a thing at work where you can, it's some special, I can't even remember what it's called. What do you call it? It's like a special thing at work where you can get something like that's big, and then it comes out of your wages each month. So it's yours to keep, you know, and stuff. And getting an iPad has like opened up my world completely, because I'm a firm believer in paint and tangible things, of course. But having an iPad's just amazing. On Procreate, I've been able to design so many things, and it's brilliant because you don't have to wait for the paint to dry in between layers. And if you keep making layers, then if you like do something and you go, oh, that's like ruined it now, you know, like the picture don't look good, you can just delete the layer. It's like magic. So I still do painting. I've still been Oh, in fact, look what I have been painting. I've not shown you these. So I did a still life. No, this isn't the still life. I'll show you the still life in a minute. I did a vase of flowers. These were for my creative circle challenges, and because I've not painted since I've lived here for like months, I couldn't paint. I thought, well, I've lost it. I've lost my ability to paint. So I set myself a challenge where I could only use a limited palette of colours, which I've never done before. And then I started painting. So yes, so I did the vase of flowers, and if you can see, it's got all texture on it, which I really like. Not texture, pattern, I mean. It's got all patterns on it. So that's that one. And this is the still life. I haven't gone completely bonkers. This is a still life that I painted. And that's got all pattern on it too. You see all in the background and stuff. I used bubble wrap for that bit, which is pretty cool. And these are on like thick canvas. So I've taken them off the wall. They were on the wall. I've taken them off because I'm going to varnish them. And now it's nice weather, I can get out in the garden and varnish my paintings, which will be good. And I've replaced them on the wall with I got this book with all botanical prints in it. So they've got mushrooms on one bit and then like all flowers on the other, which are really nice. It's out of that Botanicum, it's called, and that's the actual hardback book. But yeah, you get a book and it's full of the posters, which is really lovely. I'll show it you at some point. So that's what I've been up to. I've just been creative and just trying to live more in flow, and live even more in flow, and even more doing the things that bring me joy, and being really grateful for any abundance and all abundance and opportunities and everything. And I made an abundance altar. Would you like to see it? I'll show you. So my abundance, oh hang on, I just need to move. My abundance altar is on the shelf. So that's the bit where my phone was, in that bit before when I was talking to you. So this is my abundance altar, and it's all green because green is the colour of abundance. And we've got an abundance spray that me and my friend made, and it's got a shell in it. I don't know if you can see it. And it's made with seawater. We had a magical time at the beach, and essential oils, and it smells divine. And then we've got abundance candles that we light, and lovely Ganesha statue to remove blocks. And then here we've got a big piece of selenite that I've had for years that my friend Lynn gave me, and that keeps things flowing. And then up here you can see, oh, hang on a second, I'll just move my card out of there. Up here you can see I have a box, and in the box is salt for protection, fenugreek and cinnamon, which are all prosperity. And then I've got notes from Norway, because you know I love Norway, and coins from Norway, and it's also got my bank cards in it as well. So I put them in it and give them a little bit of extra power, and then put them back in my safe place in you know where I keep that, which I'm not going to mention actually. And maybe this wasn't a good idea, but yeah, so that's where they are. And then my friend got me this beautiful green vase for my birthday, which I'm going to pop some flowers in. So I've made an abundance altar, and you can see, if you've not seen this room before, I've actually moved it round. So you can see, so this is where all my stock is, and tissue paper and stuff like that. This is a table that I work at. There's my computer desk, which is where all my plants and stuff hang up, so that's where I work. And then if we pan around here, so that door goes to the dining room and the kitchen, and then that door goes to the front door. Then I've got my easel, so if I'm painting I pull that out. And then we've got the couch where the dog likes to sleep, and the window. And then I've got another cupboard here with books on and bottles and things like that, and other stock. And then there's a big cupboard there in the corner that's got the electric meter in it, and just stuff you don't really use. And then we've got the fireplace, which I really love, it's my favourite thing. And then we've got the telly and more books, and my doll's house. So yeah, so this is a room that I always create in, and this is a room where I work in and have all my Zoom calls and stuff like that, and it's really lovely. At the minute it's a bit of a tip because I'm creating things. So I just thought anyway I would come onto YouTube. Whoops, making you dizzy. Yeah, I thought I'd come onto YouTube and just catch up with you, and I'm really glad now. Sorry, did you see my ear then? Oh, look at my ear. I'm really glad that I came on and chatted to you. And again, forgive me for the massive gap. Also, I'm on TikTok. TikTok. So on TikTok, if you don't know, you have to record your videos with your phone up. And on YouTube, you record them with your phone straight, flat, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So I tend to do loads of TikTok videos because they're quick, I can fit them in, and they don't take ages to upload either, and they don't take loads of editing. Where on YouTube takes quite a lot of while to upload, and also takes quite a lot of editing. Apart from this one, I'm not really going to edit it that much, I'm just going to splice things together. Hopefully that'll be quick. So yeah, if you want to find me on TikTok, I'm Dotty Delightful on TikTok as well, and you can look at all my other videos, but obviously they're like all under 3 minutes. But I am over there a lot more than I've been over here. And I think what happened is I kept thinking that I had to do it in a certain way. It had to be professional. It had to look a certain way. It had to look beautiful. It had to have all the bells and whistles, all the introductions and all this kind of stuff to make it viable and to make it worthy to be on YouTube. And actually, over the past few months, I've come to the conclusion, I've come to the conclusion that's a load of rubbish. And actually I am tired of not just being fully me, fully my self like this. Like, I'm not all about getting all the lights out, getting all the tripods out and all that kind of stuff. In my head I would love to be like that, you know. I'd love to like make magnificent videos of epic beauty. But I just I'm a wingit. I'm just a wingit girl. And I'm sure that loads of you are wingits too. I'm convinced actually. And if I can come on and say it's okay to be a wingit girl and it doesn't have to look like all the other makers or whatever, you know, all jazzy and stuff to reach some bloody algorithm god in the sky, or wherever he resides, in our computers or whatever, then that's okay. It's okay to be me, and it's okay to be you, and it's okay that it's like this, and it's okay that my hand's been doing this, and it's okay that I've been wobbling the camera, because it's real and it's authentic, and this is what it's like. And I am sure, I am very positive that the people that follow me, thank you, will understand that and appreciate that. And if you don't like that, that's okay. There's loads of beautiful people on YouTube to follow that's not bonkers and messy and everything like me. So I'm going to go now because this has gone on a lot longer than I imagined it would be. So I'm back. Do, 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 do. Are you excited? I'm back. Do, 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 do. That's my little song for you. So have a fabulous, amazing weekend. And weather permitting, we're going on a steam train and then on a boat across the lake at the Lake District. So I'm so excited, really excited. I'm going to make a picnic and me and Tom are going to go on a steam train. Woo woo. I've not been on a steam train for years. The last time I went on one was in Torquay and it was brilliant. And my stepdad was a steam train driver when I was a kid. So when him and my mum got married, they had the honeymoon in a place called Minehead, which is at the bottom of England. So if this is England, it's like down here, right at the end. Is that the right way? Yeah. And it was brilliant. And I got to go on the footplate, which is the front of the steam train. You go on where you shovel the coal in. I got to go on that. It was super hot, but it was fantastic. It was amazing. And we got to pull the whistly thing as well, the whoop whoop thing. It doesn't make that noise, whatever the noise it is. So it was fantastic. So I've always had like a love for that, and it's just old fashioned, isn't it? It's like Famous Five stuff. Make a picnic, go on a steam train, go on a boat. Yeah, amazing. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So I will do a video on that, I promise. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I hope the sun is shining where you are, and if it's not shining outside, I hope it's shining in your heart and radiating out to the world, and my heart is radiating out to you. So thanks for being here, and I will see you soon.